Welcome everybody, Mike Martinez here, and today I got a short introduction to a very interesting segment with which information that I believe is going to help you out there, kind of reinforce your commitment to network marketing and what you want to achieve and stuff like that. And this particular situation is a true story that happened to me about a week ago. And I just thought I'd share because I think it'll help some people out there. Here's the bottom line. I was talking to a young college student in his, I guess, early 20s, 23, 24 years old. And this young man was, talking about how difficult he was having it in his job, how he felt it was a dead-end job, how, he didn't like the way the company was treating him, how he felt like he wasn't going anywhere. All right. And he felt that, they were just piling on work on him. He was just complaining about his job. So we're having this conversation. And, me as a network marketer, I see the opportunity to say, hey, I'm involved in something interesting. Why don't you take a look? I proceeded to ask him for his Facebook address. We became friends in Facebook, and I sent him a private message with my website. I also gave him one of my business cards, which again leads him to the same website that gives a presentation about our company. That's the address there, deepdiscounttravelbiz.com. So I didn't see the guy for a couple of days. And then I saw him again, and there was about 3 or 4 of us kind of hanging around, talking and stuff like that. And I asked him, did you get to the website? He said, no, actually, I didn't I didn't go to the website. I've been busy. But it turns out that he had gone to the website, and the reason why I found that out was because later in the conversation, as we're just, shooting the breeze, talking about different things and stuff like that, he brought up the conversation about Ponzi schemes. And and pyramid schemes. And in one sentence that he threw out, he says, that's what I'll do. I will dedicate my life to a Ponzi scheme. And he gave one of those Sarah Palin winks. You know what I'm talking about? And at that point, I'm catching on, and I'm saying, okay, I see where this kid is going. And then he goes and he says, I would never do that pyramid stuff because that's illegal and blah, 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 and this and that. And, at that point I knew, I didn't want to get into a discussion with him because it seemed to me it wasn't appropriate at that time. But I did ask a question. I said to him, what is a pyramid scheme? And his answer was, that's when people invite people, and then, only the guy in the top gets paid and everybody else gets left holding the ball and stuff like that. And the bottom line is that's actually not the proper definition of a pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme is when money is being transferred, money is being circulated from one person to the next, and there is no product or service that's being offered for that money. In other words, here, join the group and take and I'll take your money, and before you know it, you'll have your money tripled, quadrupled. Every month you'll have some kind of money. That's a pyramid scheme. There's nothing really of value being transferred, being offered, and that makes it illegal. Well, I explained that. But the bottom line is this, guys. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you is 2 reasons. Number one, so that you can understand that regardless of who you are or where you are, these are situations that you are going to confront in the network marketing industry. And you just got to be able to let it fly by you, because you can't ponder too much on it, because here's the bottom line. The bottom line is you should not be asking an obese person for weight loss advice, right? And I heard that from my mentor a couple of years ago, and of course that's an obvious thing. You look at that and you say, of course not. Of course you wouldn't ask for an obese person to get weight loss advice, because if they'd have known, they'd have lost weight themselves, right? And the point is, you can't ask a broke person or a person that's in a dead-end job for business advice, because if they had business advice, they wouldn't be in a dead-end job. They would not be broke. So a lot of times, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we hear these remarks being made, and we go out there and it kind of dampens our enthusiasm, right? Oh man, maybe this guy's right. Maybe this is a pyramid scheme. Maybe this is a Ponzi scheme. When in reality, and I'm not saying that pyramids or Ponzi schemes don't exist. Okay, they do. But if you're with a good company, if your company has shown any kind of longevity, right, and that's something that you have to analyze yourself, then that should not be an issue. If you're offering a product or service and your company is not just giving money away because you're enrolling people, there has to be a purchase of a product or a service for money to exchange hands, then you are in a network marketing company that's legitimate. Okay. And the next thing, I don't want to take advice from somebody that does not have experience in having success in what I want to have success. So when I hear Donald Trump promoting network marketing, right, that's a big deal. When I hear a person like Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, promoting network marketing, then that's a confirmation for me that I'm in the right spot. All right. And because of the fact that 90 to 95% of the population is running in the wrong direction, they're all going in the wrong direction, then when I find the 2 or 3% that are moving in the right direction, that do have true wealth, then that's the people I want to take advice from, right? The 95 are running in the wrong direction. Why would I want to continue running? Why would I want to listen to their advice? So today, what I'm going to do here is just give you a clip of Robert Kiyosaki's The Business of the 21st Century. That's a CD, guys, that you can go out there and you can buy, and it's a very, very good CD to enlighten a person about network marketing and what the industry is all about. It's about personal development, really. That's the core, I believe, in network marketing, because if you become successful, if you can stick it out, if you can go beyond these little people dictating how you should think, if you can get beyond that, then you become a bigger person. You learn how to handle problems in a better way. You become a person with more influence. You learn leadership skills. It's a personal development business for me. So anyway, I'm gonna pass the mic, and there's no mic. I'm not here with Robert Kiyosaki. I'm just gonna add his recording so you guys can take a kind of a glimpse of what a guy like Robert Kiyosaki thinks about network marketing. When you get an opportunity, visit Deep Discount Travel Biz. That's my site, and hopefully we'll be in touch soon. Otherwise, take the advice, run with your company. Mike Martinez, speak to you soon.
Out of all the business models I've discovered, one stood out from the rest. It requires little upfront money, very low overhead, and can be worked part-time and can generate you the income part-time so that you can transition out of your full-time job. And this great business opportunity is a thing called network marketing. The thing about entrepreneurs is they make things happen. They take control of their lives. They don't let other people's small minds stop them. And the beauty of a network marketing business, the reason I recommend it, is for you to be supported by an organization, to go through your fears, to change your friends, to not care what other people say or think about you. If you can do that, if you can handle what pointy-headed little intellectuals say to you about this business, then you shall grow up to become a great entrepreneur. But as long as you care so much about what other people think of you, you'll probably never be successful in life no matter what you do. Because as you know, this world is not an easy place. It's not fair. In fact, sometimes it's really, really cruel, because if you're poor, they step on you. If you're not successful, they step on you. If you don't have confidence, they step on you. So it's up to you to gain that confidence, the skill set, the mindset, the guts, the determination to not care what other people say about you, because 95% of them are broke anyway. So let me share with you my reasons for recommending network marketing. First of all, I've never done it, and I had a closed mind to it. I thought it was terrible. I was invited to several of these events, and I sat there and I said, why should I do that? Well, the reason I said, why should I do that, is because I knew how to start a business on my own anyway. That's what I had a rich dad for. But it was a friend of mine in Texas who opened my mind up to network marketing. And here he was, a rich guy, and he was starting a network marketing business. I said, Bill, why are you doing that? You don't need the money. He says, that's correct. But I need to give back. I need to train other people. And more importantly, I need investors from my other businesses. So he said one of the problems he had was he talked to people about investing in his real estate company. Most people didn't have any money. So he says, well, if I can help solve their problem of not having enough passive income, maybe they'll invest in my real estate businesses. And so I went, my God, it really is about people helping people. That's all he was doing. It was not about being greedy or trying to sell something. It was just trying to help your fellow human being. And that's when my mind started to shift. And I realized that most people will never make the transition from the E and the S side to the right side, the B and the I side. And that's all he was doing. He was helping people make the transition from employee or self-employed or small business to big business and the investor side. And with that, I changed my mind. And that's when I started looking into network marketing with open eyes, with refreshed point of view. I had to let go of my closed-minded ideas of what I had heard. And what I found, because I went to some of these conventions and I signed up and I went to look at things, I found out they're fabulous organizations. Now, let me warn you, there's good and bad in everything. There were good leaders and bad leaders. But what I was really impressed with in most of the companies and most of the leaders was a sincere desire to help their fellow human being grow, to become bigger than they really are, to gain the confidence, to gain the skills necessary to someday become a great entrepreneur. And that's what I saw. I saw network marketing as a great personal development type of business. And that's why I saw it, as my new book title says, The Business for the 21st Century. It is about developing people, not pushing them down. It's about building them up so they can take better control of their lives and their future without worried about being fired all the time, or will I be downsized, or what if the economy changed? Network marketing business, the business of the 21st century, is about turning people from employees to entrepreneurs. That's what I support. So although I've never belonged to a network marketing business, I do support. The Rich Dad Company supports individuals shifting from employee or self-employed to the big business, entrepreneur, and investor side. So that's why I support network marketing. It's a fabulous way to grow and help other people to grow and realize their full potential in life. So what is network marketing? The concept is simple. Today, companies spend millions and billions of dollars advertising. So what network marketing does, instead of spending all of that money on television, radio, print, and the web, they pass that money on to you. So network marketing is very simply the best form of marketing is word of mouth, viral marketing, friends helping friends type of marketing. And so that's where the profits are generated from. Rather than giving it to the big ad agencies or the media companies, you pass it on to yourselves and your friends. That's the concept of network marketing. Network marketing is not so much about selling. It's about building a network of people. It's about building an asset for you and your family. So an important value of network marketing, it's real-world business education. Now, I'm fortunate enough to be invited to many colleges and universities and speak to entrepreneurs. The problem with them is they're not really prepared for the real world. Most of them will still leave school and hope to find a job. The beauty of network marketing, moving from the E and the S side to the right side of the quadrant, first of all, requires a change in mindset. That mindset is exactly opposite of E's and S's. And that's the tough part. Once you see, oh my God, I don't need a steady paycheck, I don't need to work hard for myself, then your mind starts to shift. Then it requires learning new skills. It's not necessarily easy. Some people it's easier than others. But you have to learn to have money and people work for you rather than you work for money and other people. And it's a very different mindset. It means you have to become a leader. It's also called business education. A network marketing business is a great way to get real-world business education. I would listen to the person who shared this audio with you and then go with this person to a meeting. You have to ask, are these people really concerned about me and my welfare? See, corporate America or most big corporations are not interested in you. They're interested in making money for their shareholders, not employees. So you have to ask yourself, are the leaders really concerned about me? And in most cases, I think you'll find the answer is yes. You see, in network marketing, your leader cannot be successful unless you're successful, which is completely opposite of corporate America. In corporate America, when I worked for Xerox, if I didn't perform, I was fired. I came close to being fired for 2 to 3 years. I was always on the bottom. And they would have fired me. But the beauty of network marketing is they want to pull you up. As long as you're willing to show up and go through their training programs, they'll work with you. They won't fire you. They'll give you time to develop and to become the person you are. And then after you're successful, then your job is to assist other people to do the same thing. You cannot be successful unless you help other people. It's a fabulous form of business. It is a humane way of doing business. It's really about meeting people heart to heart, soul to soul, business to business. Let's help each other out. And that's one of the beauties of network marketing. It's real world, but it's people helping people become the best they are. When I came back from Vietnam, again, my poor dad said, go back to school. And for some reason, it didn't feel right to me. It wasn't what my gut was telling me to do. So instead, I went to do personal development type of work. And I found personal development is much more fulfilling, much more rewarding, but it means me getting out of my mind. It means me doing my best to become bigger than my situation. See, most people are crushed by the environment, especially in this crisis. They lose their job, they're out of money and all this, and the world crushes them. Personal development means you have to become bigger than your problems. If you're in debt, you have to become bigger than your debt. If you don't become bigger than your debt, you'll never solve the problem. If you're only making, let's say, $50,000 a year, then you have to get bigger than $50,000 a year. And that's what personal development is. In traditional corporations, they always say, well, you should live below your means. Be happy to have a job. Next year we might give you a 2% pay raise, but only if you do as I tell you. That's not about personal development. That's called personal slavery. You become a slave to the corporation. If that's what you want to do, stay there. Have a good life. It's not my life. I needed to become bigger than my problems. When I started my first business back in 1978, I made a lot of money. It was a nylon and Velcro surfer wallet business, and I was soon a millionaire, but I lost all my money, and I found myself nearly $1 million in debt. And what my rich dad said to me is, congratulations, you just failed. And most successful entrepreneurs will fail 3, 4, 5 times. They'll lose that many businesses. But each time you'll get smarter. So your first job is to figure out how to pay back that $1 million, So I never declared bankruptcy. I just had to get smarter and bigger than $1 million. And that was the best training program I ever had. I had to rebuild my business and pay people back. You see, if I got a job, there's no way I could have paid back $1 million, not making $100,000 a year. There's no way. Taxes would have killed me. So, again, it was personal development. Now that I got bigger than $1 million, that was great. And now it's on to hundreds of millions of dollars. So personal development is simply you getting bigger than your problems. The only problem is you get bigger problems. And today it becomes this challenge of how big my problems are, because then I can solve them. Most people give in to their problems. They get smaller than their problems, and that's when life stops for them. So one of the primary reasons I recommend network marketing, because it's a personal development program. You don't join and hope to become rich next week. If you join a network marketing company, I strongly recommend you say, I'm going to give it a 5-year commitment. I'm going to give it a full shot for at least 5 years. Because whether it's network marketing or baseball or football or whatever it is, quitters never win. And most people, when the going gets tough or the problems seem insurmountable, they quit. And that's why they'll never be successful in life. So network marketing is very much a support group of people who want the best for you. But you have to give your best also. And so that's why I say consider it a 5-year commitment that you'll do your best for 5 years. I can almost assure you that if you do and you give it your best for 5 years, you'll be a completely different human being at the end of the period. Number 2 is it's scalable. If If you join a network marketing company, you're not stuck to your little hometown. In most cases, you have a worldwide opportunity to spread all over the world your business. It's scalable to as big as you are. If you're small, it'll stay small. If you get big, it'll grow bigger. And number 3, the most important thing as far as business skills go is you have to be a great leader. You look at the world today, we lack great leaders. People just want to say what people want to hear. They'll tell you anything to get elected. So the great thing about network marketing is not only learn great sales skills, you learn great leadership skills. Face it, if you're not a great leader, you won't be successful at anything. So the most important thing that network marketing teaches you about leadership is to be a great leader. You better practice what you preach. You better, be a role model, an example for other people to follow. If you lack courage, people won't follow you. So the great thing about network marketing is you develop your leadership skills, and entrepreneurs are great leaders. See, there's 4 basic people in the world. There are people who must be right. They want to have all the right answers, and they know everything. And those people rarely change. People who must be right are some of the most pig-headed, narrow-minded, righteous individuals. But you have to have them as attorneys and accountants, Number 2 are people who must be comfortable. Their house could be burning down, but they'll sit on the sofa, looking at the TV channels, watching for the next football game. The next 3 is a person who must be liked. A person who must be liked will probably never be successful in the network marketing business, because if your survival is dependent upon somebody liking you, you'll probably never be anything because you want to approve and make other people happy. And the 4th person is a person who must win. And I love winning. To me, that's the joy of life, setting big dreams, big goals, and going for it. Even if it may take 2 or 3 years or 4 years to get there, I like the idea of winning. And winners like winners. And that's why the network marketing business is so good for people who love to win. That's who it's for. A great benefit of network marketing is genuine wealth creation. You see, E's and S's, they work hard, but they don't create any assets. If you're self-employed, you may have a business, but it's not really an asset. That's the problem, because if you stop working, the asset dies on you. It doesn't work anymore. So B's and I's, the difference between them is they're creating real assets. For example, my Rich Dad company is an asset. Whether I work or not, a couple of $1 million a month comes in. It's not a bad business, and for the rest of my life. I love real estate because as long as my tenants are paying me rent, that money keeps coming in. And I like my oil wells very simply because every month I'm selling oil. That's a real asset. So that's the mindset difference between E's and S's, B's and I's. E's and S's work for money. B's and I's build assets, and assets are real wealth. So your network marketing business is a real asset. Your network is your asset. Another word on the difference between wealth and money. Wealth is not measured in money. Like, it's not how rich are you. Wealth is measured in time. For example, if I have $1,000 in savings and my expenses are $1,000 a month, then my wealth is 1 month. If I have $12,000 in savings and my expenses are $1,000 a month, my wealth is measured in 12 months. But by building a business, a network marketing business, that wealth becomes infinite, because if it's really a well-built business, that wealth will come in as long as you live. And that's real wealth. A mistake many people make when picking a network marketing business is they look at the product. And products are important, don't get me wrong. But you really need to look at who your leaders are. How good is their training program? Do they have your best interests at heart? Will they assist you in coming out of your shell, not being afraid of rejection, not caring what other people think of you? That's the most important thing. And then go on to become a great leader and build a network. That's more important than a product or a compensation plan. And once you find that great leader and that great business, that's where you find home. Look into the company. Are they willing to train you? Stop looking at the product and look at the leaders. Look at the training. And that's when you'll find the right business for you. So what does it take? It doesn't take a higher education. Like my poor dad wanted me to get my master's and my PhD. I'd be poor like him if I did that. After all, PhD stands for poor, helpless, and desperate. And that's what happens to people when they become PhDs. I have one, by the way. You don't have to be great in sales because the company will train you. It's not about selling. It's about becoming a great leader, a person that inspires other people to be great. And you don't need to quit your job. You can start part-time. It does take going beyond your comfort zone, being willing to learn, study. You've got to persevere, and most important, have a great attitude. It also takes time. It's not a get-rich-quick business. It's about building an asset. Give it at least 5 years. There's a book called Outliers. It says it takes at least 10,000 hours to become successful in anything. Most people are quitters. That's why they're not successful. And it all comes down to action. Analysis paralysis. That's why so many smart people never become successful, because they sit there and they analyze something and they never take any action. Look, one of the best things I learned from Vietnam, don't think, act. So the people who win are the people who take action. And now it's time to take action. So is it time for you to make changes in your life? Is it time for you to take control of your future? Is it time to join a business of the 21st century? Remember why you want to make money and be rich, so you can live a magnificent life. It's not just about money. You want to have peace of mind and love what you do and be surrounded by people who are just like you. I like network marketing so much because it is an equal opportunity business. It's not about education. It's not about race, not about age or gender. It really is like a level playing field, but it really isn't, because it's up to you. If you have more determination, more drive, more discipline, you'll win over people who don't. Network marketing is the business model of the future. It's set up to make it possible for anyone to win. It's a business for the new era, after the industrial age. It is the information age, after all. These businesses are going to explode in the future, especially as unemployment increases and wages come down. Most importantly, it's a path to personal success. It's about personal development. It's about becoming bigger than your problems. It's about bringing out the greatness that lies inside of you. It's about creating financial freedom through a process that helps other human beings. And that's revolutionary.